Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. Let me start the eighth episode with an apology. Yes, for those who were waiting for last week's episode, we were unable to broadcast, and we are extremely sorry for that. Here we are again, a new week, new start, and a brand new episode of self victimization in personal life, and it is the final episode of this particular topic. Welcome back, Vani Surya Prakash, to our podcast. She is an internationally accredited coach and a soft skill trainer. She is also a certified image consultant as well. Welcome, Vani, to yet another new episode.
Thank you. Thank you so much, MJ. Very good day, all. It feels great to be back, and thank you for having me yet again. And as always, it's very exciting to be part of this podcast, MJ.
Thank you. Before I move on, we have a special announcement at the end of this podcast. So do stay back and get to know about it. Now let us move on. It's been 2 weeks, so I guess I should do a time travel. We were discussing the remedies to come out of self victimization from our personal life. We were giving the top remedies and we finished off 10 of them over the past 2 weeks. So, Vani, I guess we are at the end of this great topic self victimization from personal life.
True, very true, MJ. We are definitely in the last leg or the last session to talk about different strategies to overcome self-victimization in personal life. As I always say, it may be end of the topic in our podcast, but I'm sure I've seen a lot of hopes and kindle thought process across many over these 2 weeks. Today, we will wrap this up and let me jump into the final remedies on how to overcome self-victimization from personal life.
Yeah, great. Let's move on.
Yep. So this is the 11th strategy or tip, which is seeking professional help. I think we have also spoke about reach out for help. So this is an extended version of it in terms of seeking professional help, because at times we might not be there in a state where our people, family, friends, nobody could help us. We will feel really irritated if people tell something. We feel that people are not acknowledging because we are already into a very chronic stage of self-victimization, right? Because it's been a long-term one for them. So at that time, it is better to seek professional help. So find it whenever you're finding it challenging to overcome self-victimization on your own or from your own kith and kin, start seeking help from a coach, a therapist, or a counselor. Do not shy away. Again, there are communities which feels that these are all taboo topics or taboo words as well, right? So please don't shy away. At the end of the day, it is you and you who are the one who's most important. So take all necessary steps to get the professional help. They can provide you with tools and strategies tailored to your specific situation. That's what is more important. It is not going to be so general. And all these tips that I'm saying is also general, right? It cannot be applicable. All 12 cannot be applicable. All 13 cannot be applicable for everyone. Few might work for someone, few might not work, few has to be tweaked. So if you're there in a very chronic stage of self-victimization, please do reach out for this professional help where you're going to get custom-made, tailor-made solutions for your situation. Okay. And then the next tip or strategy would be celebrate your strengths. Acknowledging self-acknowledgement is very important. Small things, do not take them for granted. Again, I've seen many people as part of my career who feel self-acknowledging or self-appreciating means selfish for them. They take their own efforts for granted. And my humble request to all the listeners is, please don't do that. And if you have some of your friends, family members doing it, do not allow them to do it.
Okay.
Tell them the importance of self-acknowledgement, and being their kith and kin, you make an attempt to celebrate for themselves and for yourselves. This helps us to focus on our strengths and accomplishments. So whenever people feel I am not fit for anything. I don't get things right. So start celebrating smaller things, which will help you to focus on your strength, which will give you a laundry list of what you have accomplished and what more you can accomplish.
Mhm.
Acknowledge your resilience in overcoming past challenges. Draw strength from these experiences. Even for that matter, whoever is listening to the self victimization topic, whether it be professional or personal life, even a
Mhm.
small step that you have taken in the last few weeks, please celebrate that, because you're breaking your own barriers to get to the next stage or next level.
Got it. Got it.
And this is one of, again, another very close to my heart topic, because as part of my upbringing, I've always been taught to celebrate. My family celebrated small instances, and very close to the heart, which I remember even today, which I'm following it in my life with my partner and my kid, is every semester results would be out, and my parents make sure that the day when the results are out, we go out for dinner.
Mhm.
It has not been just one occasion, right? Going
Yeah.
out for dinner has been at least more than 2 decades. A previous generation wouldn't go much, but still, my family, we had a lot of opportunities where we had that exposure.
Mhm.
However, my parents always made an attempt to take us out for dinner whenever the semester results were out, which was so small, but still we celebrated it.
Mhm.
And I think I practice this even today. And my partner is also more infectious about this particular habit, where he has also started celebrating small, small things.
Okay.
I go and complete a course. Okay, let's celebrate. It's time for us to celebrate. It depends. Either we go out for dinner, or it will be a sweet treat, or it will be some surprise that is evolved around it. It is not being materialistic, by the way. These small celebration gives you that strength and enables you to focus on the positive things,
Got it. Got it.
because nothing could be achieved easily. Even if it is a semester exam or a school examination, it is not easy. You cannot generalize stating that it is just another exam. You are putting in an effort, you're struggling through, you're going through a lot, you're sacrificing a lot of your TV time, your me time, whatever time it is, right? Even as kids, they sacrifice a lot of things to sit, prepare, and then take that examination.
Yeah.
So even if you have not followed anything out of the tips or strategy that has been said, I really would invite you and request you to try the celebration aspect. Celebrate your small, small wins and strengths, which will give you that energy to automatically break or overcome self-victimization. And I think it is more kind of a recap or re-emphasis, I would say. It's not a new tip. Practice gratitude.
Okay. Yeah.
Whatever we take for granted, having 3 meals a day or 30 meals a day, depends on people, uh, or sitting under the roof. I have
Mhm.
a roof on top of my head. These might feel like the basics, these might feel like so trivial. Why should I be grateful for it? But it is important for us to be grateful when there are others who doesn't have all these things.
Mhm.
Teach your kids these small grateful things. Ask them to show gratitude for smaller things, which will help them grow better and also break the self victimization at a very young age. Uh, that's all I have today. I guess we all will need some time to ponder over what we have listened and for the words to settle in our minds. Isn't it, MJ?
Yeah, very true. As always, you have given me and the listeners a great deal to think about, and that's what makes this podcast closer to our audience. The kind of words, examples, day-to-day scenarios, your own personal life examples that you describe. I guess each of us can relate it pretty relatively.
Yeah. I think keep things simple is what I follow. That is what it is all about. Thank you, listeners, for your patience and support. It means a lot to me. I would love to read what you think about what I spoke. So go to the comment section and share your thoughts. Sorry, MJ, I took over your line here.
Not a problem. Yeah.
Once again, thank you, MJ, and thank you, everyone. Take care.
Thank you, Ani. Thank you, Ani, for your words. Riva Coaching wishes you well, and we appreciate each and every minute of time you have spent with us. So, folks, now it's time for the quote. And yes, there is an announcement at the end. Before that, let me get on to the quote. Empowerment comes when you transform self victimization into self liberation. That was the quote for the day. And now it's time for the announcement. For the past 8 episodes, we have been talking about the topics which we felt was not much discussed about by many. Now we would like to hear from you what you want us to talk about or what topic would you want us to discuss. We are giving you the opportunity to suggest the topic for the next week's podcast episode. Make genuine use of this opportunity and let us see what you want us to talk about. Drop your suggestions in the comments section. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. It is time to end the podcast for this week, but next week is going to be a great week because the topic is going to be chosen by you. Let us see who is the chosen one. Till next week, be good, do good, and stay good. Have a great rest of the week.